Water drips from my hair, pooling on the cold tile floor of the Boise Hampton Inn bathroom. I stand there, frozen, one hand gripping the thin white towel around me like it's the only thing holding me together. Across the room, my sister Sarah looks up from my phone, her fingers still poised over the screen as if she's been caught mid-scroll. Our eyes meet, and in that split second, something primal twists in my gut, the same gut instinct that saved me from bad deals at Seattle Financial Group, where I've clawed my way up tracking every penny for high-stakes clients. Just checking the time, she says, flashing that polished smile. The one she used back in '95 when she blamed me for scratching her new bike. But this time, the air feels thicker, heavier, like the calm before a Pacific Northwest storm. David appears in the doorway behind her, his prosecutor's eyes scanning the scene, me half-dressed. Sarah with my unlocked phone. The hotel bed, still rumpled from last night's wedding rehearsal. His jaw clenches just enough for me to notice, the way it does when he's piecing together a case in court. "Everything all right?" he asks, his voice steady but probing, shifting between us like he's already taking mental notes. "Of course," Sarah replies, dropping the phone on the nightstand with a sharp clack that echoes in my chest. "Anna, hurry up, the buffet closes soon." I nod, retreating behind the door. But through the thin wood, I hear her heels click away. Then David's low murmur, words I can't quite catch. The shower steam clings to the mirror, blurring my reflection, but not the unease settling in my bones. 3 hours later, we're in the lobby, checking out amid the chatter of other guests heading home from my brother Michael's wedding. My fingers shake as I pull up my banking app on my phone routine, like always, double-checking charges. But the balance hits me like a slap, $1,200. I blink, scroll frantically. Last week, it was $11,000, scraped together for a house down payment. Every deposit a brick in the life I was building away from the family's constant pull. "What's wrong?" David leans in, his shoulder brushing mine, warm and solid. He takes the phone, scrolls through the history, and each line punches harder. $3,500 transferred to Sarah Jenkins. Card ending 4923. $4,200 to her husband Brian. $2,100 payment to mom, Eleanor Thompson. "No," I whisper. The lobby spinning, voices fading into white noise. The shower. My phone left out. Sarah's too perfect smile. It all clicks. A lock tumbling open on years of quiet suspicions. David steadies me as we step into the parking lot, the Idaho sun glaring off car hoods like accusations. I hit mom's contact, her photo from last Thanksgiving, smiling in those sapphire earrings Sarah gifted her, probably on my dime. She answers quickly, her voice bright as ever. "Anna, sweetie, how was the wedding?" "Mom," I choke out. "I just checked my account." A pause, just long enough to confirm the rot I've always sensed but ignored. Then, casual as chatting about the weather. "Oh, we just evened things out. You have plenty." And Michael's ceremony cost a fortune. The sun burns my skin, but inside, everything goes cold. David watches, his notepad already out. Years as a district attorney have drilled documentation into him. "That's theft." "Eleanor," I say, using her first name for the first time, feeling the bridge between us crack irreparably. She laughs, sharp and dismissive, like when I was a kid complaining about hand-me-downs while Sarah got new everything. "Don't be so dramatic, Anna. We're family." Family, the word floods me with memories. Dad dipping into my college savings for Sarah's lavish Sweet 16. Saying, "You can earn it back. Kiddo, your sister's only 16 once." Mom borrowing my first promotion bonus for a family cruise I wasn't on. Cooing. You're so responsible with money, it'll come right back. The cycle. Take. Downplay. Guilt trip. Repeat. I hang up without a word. David's hand finds mine. Turn around, I tell him. My voice eerily calm. We're going to their house. The drive back to Portland feels eternal. Familiar streets mocking me, Douglas firs lining the avenues. The same coffee shop where Sarah once forgot her wallet and I covered her latte. Again. We pull up to the old Craftsman home with its manicured lawn. Dad's pride and joy. Through the window. There at the breakfast table, Sarah laughing. Head thrown back, Brian nodding along, Mom pouring coffee into her fine china. The set reserved for special days. They're toasting. David murmurs. My grip tightens on the door handle. Not anymore. I burst into the dining room. The smell of fresh pancakes and coffee twisting my stomach, a fake Sunday ritual from childhood. Always laced with unspoken debts. The laughter dies. Sarah's fork clatters. Brian stares into his mug. Dad examines his half-eaten waffle like it's evidence. Anna, Mom says, pitching her voice high and sweet. Like at PTA meetings when she'd spin my achievements as family wins. She stands. Pot hovering. What a surprise. Join us. David's presence behind me is a shield. Tell them, I demand. My words scraping raw. Tell them what you did. Sarah's chin lifts. A dab of syrup on her lip. I fight the old urge to wipe it. Like when we were kids and I cleaned up her messes. Don't overreact. We just reallocated some funds you weren't using. Reallocated? The word tastes like bile. You mean stole. You live in that upscale condo. No kids. No real responsibilities, Sarah waves her hand. Her new diamond bracelet flashing, bought last month. I bet. We have tuition. Soccer leagues. Piano recitals. Brian needs that new suit for work. Your life is easy, Brian chimes in. His fresh leather watch gleaming, the one he eyed at the airport duty-free. Single. Successful, why hoard it? Mom sets the pot down with a clink. You've always been stingy. Sweetie. Remember refusing to help with Uncle Ted's fishing trip? He ended up in a cheap motel. My eyes catch the new flat screen on the wall. 65 inches of luxury that wasn't there before. The shopping channel muted. Hawking jewelry like Sarah's. Needed it more for what? That TV? Your highlights? Spa days. Sarah smooths her hair. Those were self-care. Managing a home is stressful. A phone rings. Mom's. Michael's face on the screen. Dad barks. Speaker. Mom fumbles. Taps it. Mom? Bank called about weird transfers from Anna's account at the wedding. What's up? None of your business, Sarah snaps. Stay out. The hell, Anna's been spotting me rent for law school. Tell me you didn't. Silence chokes the room. Brian fiddles with his watch. Mom's pot trembles. Coffee staining the cloth. Dad pushes his plate away. What's done is done. No use fighting over cash. Mom chimes. Family first. Let's move on. I made your favorite pancakes. The scent sours in my nose. How many times did sweets follow theft? My fund. My bonus, each rage sugared with love. This isn't about money, I say. Clarity surging like a dam breaking. It's about seeing me as more than your wallet. Respect. Trust. Sarah starts to speak. But I cut her. This ends now. David guides me out. Michael's voice trailing. I'm flying home. We talk. On the porch. Hydrangeas bloom. Mom planted them the year I graduated. Same week she borrowed for repairs that became a new deck. In the car. David's pen scratches notes. Dismantling the fairy tale. Perfect sister. Doting parents, all illusions. Brittle as spun sugar. Back in our Seattle apartment. The laptop glows blue as I dig through records. Each transaction a stab, 2 years. $18,500 gone. Small drips at first. Then floods. David points. See the timing, holidays. Birthdays. Reunions. Texts flood my screen. You're thriving. Anna, not like us scraping by, mom before a tax plea. If you loved your nephews. Sarah guilting for their funds. That's family, dad before truck repairs that funded golf fees. They timed it. Knowing refusal made me the bad guy. The doorbell jars us. Through the peephole, Michael. Rumpled. Anxious. He blurts, I knew. Heard Sarah and mom plotting at the wedding your passwords. Too scared to warn you, they've always ruled. He shows a hidden group chat, months of schemes. Sarah, access during her shower. Mom, after her bonus, she'll feel bad. Dad's thumbs up. They cut me out when I questioned, Michael says. His voice cracking with old fear. David's partner. Lisa Ramirez. Arrives with precedents, family fraud cases stacking like dominoes. Premeditated theft, she says. Worse with kin. But their family, I murmur. Habit dying hard. David, would you forgive a stranger? The question shatters the fog I've been groomed to yield. To see no as betrayal. We build the file, thanks. Logs. Texts. Michael's affidavit. My phone buzzes nonstop. Dad's heart, your fault, Mom. Neighbors will know you're a traitor, Sarah. Always difficult, Dad. I silence them. Each ping more evidence. Michael watches. Ah, dawning, I've never seen you fight. In the window's glow. I see myself anew. The table becomes a fortress as night falls. We seal the complaint, my signature steady. Each stroke severing chains of obligation. Guilt's nails pulled free. What now? Michael asks. We teach them real family boundaries. Not burdens. 3 days on. In the Stark Police HQ. Detective Maria Lopez reviews hotel footage. Sarah sneaking in. 7:42 a.m. Purse bulging on exit. Classic family exploitation, she says. They bank on silence. Envelope slide, suspects Sarah. Brian. Mom. Dad. Lisa, pro bono, abuse shreds souls. I sign. Chest tight. Hours later. Texts erupt, betrayer mom. Fix this, dad via Michael. Calls flood my office, I ignore. Focusing on client spreadsheets, numbers don't gaslight. Harassment logs grow, Sarah's voicemail. Drop it or I spill your college anxiety to your boss. Mom, dad's BP spiking, you're doing. Brian email, jealous spinster. Michael shares more chats, dissecting my habits like prey. Detective Lopez, they normalize it. Feel entitled. What changed, she asks. They stole my respect. She nods, share anonymously? Others need it. I agree. Silence was their weapon. The article hits. Family fraud. Ties that bind and break. My story. Veiled. Sparks texts, you told mine too. Restraining orders file. David, your rippling change. Therapy with Dr. Ellis. Healing spreads, one boundary inspires. I admit, still feel selfish sometimes. She, that's their code, garbage in. I speak at a center, boundaries workshop. Stories mirroring mine, drained accounts. Shattered trust. Ripples grow. A lakeside sunset, David kneels. Key in hand. Our cabin build fresh. With respect. Tears blur, yes. Michael moves nearby, real family. A year later. Thanksgiving in our restored home, mismatched plates. Laughter without ledgers. Neighbors. Marty, inspired reader. All chosen kin. Blood? No. Values. Trust feast enough. The old echoes fade. I've paid the price. Emerged whole.